All right, 97.1 on a Tuesday, the 10th of March. David's got his sexy specs on, so you know it's going to be a good day. I want to open up, and I think we just need to have a conversation. I mean, I'm going to get to Dak Prescott. I'm going to get to the NFL free agency stuff. I got to get to the Glasgow stuff because it's hilarious, because I think I told you a month ago exactly how that was going to go. But we need to have a conversation, because sometimes what we talk about off the air, it belongs on the air. And I have said to you from the start, I don't like the way the media reports on things. And I said to you at the start that I thought there was a lot of fear-mongering with the coronavirus outbreak. And now I'm kind of starting to wonder, with the things I'm seeing in and out of the world of sports. Sully can tell you about the San Jose Sharks situation. You have a joint statement for the first time in history by all of our professional leagues. You have clubhouse and locker room access being cut to media. You have countries, including Russia, limiting sporting events to 5,000 people or less. You have Italy canceling the only sport that matters in that country, which is Serie A, through April 4th. You have major universities in this country, Columbia and Stanford and Princeton and UW and Ohio State, online classes only. More colleges will follow suit. You have, look, call it what it is. You got the National Guard being deployed to New Rochelle, New York, and they are closing down gathering places as now New York is the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. So I sit here, and while I'm not personally scared of it, while I don't feel like the world is ending, it's clear the worst is yet to come. I have assumed we're all going to be exposed to it. But I think I feel differently today than 72 hours ago. And I certainly feel different than I felt 10 days ago. And I wanted to ask the question, and all responses are acceptable. And the question is this: how much more stuff has to happen for you to get nervous about this, for you to alter plans? Sully just showed me a picture of an airplane, of a reporter leaving Detroit and flying to Philadelphia on a flight that normally would be oversold, and we're going to need to pink tag your bags. The picture Sully showed me was of an airplane that looked like it had just given the people who need more time to board. I have never in my life seen an airplane like that. I spoke with a friend earlier today who's a lawyer in Chicago, but takes public transportation on a daily basis. The L train is a disaster. Normally, you don't have any room in a car. The cars are empty. Chicago's a ghost town. Boston has just canceled its St. Patrick's Day parade. Pearl Jam has canceled its North American tour. Ultra, South by Southwest, Coachella, major music festivals, all canceled. I think there's a growing sense in the sports community we're going to see some college basketball games without people at it. The Ivy League just beat you to the punch. They canceled their conference tournament in sum total. They're not playing it. I'm just asking. Because I've reached a point as an adult where I don't know what's real and not. I don't know what's true and not. I think I do a good job sorting through panic initially. I talked to my doctor yesterday. My plans still were to travel. But today has been another step in the wrong direction. The outbreak in New York has been eye-opening. Governor Cuomo's decision to turn New Rochelle into a containment zone is eye-opening, and I'm asking the question. Now, in fairness, I spoke to two people in Las Vegas. One of my buddies who's higher up at Cosmopolitan, and, of course, we spoke with Derek Stevens. Both are in a sold-out situation for the tournament. There has been no mass cancellation. There has been no mass bailout of people. But that's today on March 10th. There's a lot of time between today and a week from tomorrow or a week from Thursday. And I'm asking you, with what you're seeing in and out of the world of sports, whether you got children, whether you got elderly parents, look, you're going to know somebody that's going to get this thing, and a lot of people are going to get it and not know it. You could have it right now. According to MLive, there's 88 people being monitored in this state. Every person tested thus far whose results have come back have been negative. But we're going to have it. We already have it here. It's just whether we know it. I'm not living in fear. I'm not going to stop living my life. But here's kind of where I'm at as a 39-year-old adult. I am kind of looking for some guidance on this, and I don't feel like I'm getting it. I don't feel like I'm getting it from my company. I don't feel like I'm getting it from my politicians. I don't feel like we have a plan here. And yet I see individual municipalities, states, businesses making decisions that make you think that somehow you're not reasonable if you don't agree. Meaning canceling conferences, companies telling employees not to come to work, schools that are closing, colleges that are keeping kids at home. And yet, it's not a unilateral thing. Tom Izzo talked about this today. And I'll paraphrase what Tom said, unless, Sully, you've got the direct quote. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry, Mike. That's my fault, not yours. Tom Izzo said, "I'm amazed how this thing's taken a life of its own. I don't know if there's a halfway point. We got to figure out if we're doing some things or if we aren't doing some things. And if they say we play in empty arenas, we play in empty arenas. If they say we play in a full arena, we play in a full arena. But we need to decide the direction." I happen to agree with Tom Izzo on this. I've at least reached a point where now, whether I'm worried or not is immaterial. I want a direction. I would like to know from people smarter than me, what is the direction here? Do you want me on an airplane or not? Do you want me on a subway or not? Are we allowed to go to games or not? Because what I don't like is there's this eerie air of mystery that somehow the decisions we made last week or we make today may look like really stupid ones in 2, 3, 4 weeks. And I say that just as an adult. I say this as someone who has travel plans coming up in short order over the next few weeks. My plan as of yesterday was still to go to Vegas for the tournament. And while I haven't been convinced not to, I'm just asking the question because how do you parse through the information? How do you figure out the obvious slants, the obvious political angle, and then how do you just figure out the truth? And really, as a society, we're not being given direction here. Now, I went to my physician and got her opinion. She is one doctor with one opinion. Her opinion is live your life. You're healthy, you're young, you're not going to be stupid, you're going to do the right stuff. Live your life. That's my plan. But on the flip side of it, when I see the Ivy League cancel their basketball tournament, when I see the possibility of leagues taking action, when I see all group events, whether it be for liability purposes or public safety, it's all one and the same. When I see those events canceled, I'd be lying to you as a grown adult if I don't at least ask the question or tell you how I feel of, I am getting a little bit ponderous about this and going, is my approach right? I think it is, because I think we're past being able to avoid this thing. But I just, it's not slowing down. And when I see what's going on in New York, when I talk to my friends who live in other cities who aren't going to work, when I wonder about what's going to happen with, school children. I mean, here, full disclosure, my dad is supposed to go on the trip with us next week. Now, my dad's in good health. My dad is 63, but I got to be honest. I've begun to think about just saying, Dad, you're not going. Well, how are you going to do that? Simple. I'm stronger than he is. I'll keep his ass home. But, there is just a myriad of things, and you don't want to look back and go, man, I was unreasonable, and I stopped living my life, and I feel like a jerk. But you also don't want to look back and go, man, I made a mistake. I still don't believe not living is the right thing. But I right now will tell you on the 10th versus the 8th or the 6th or the 3rd. On March 10th, I'm looking for a little direction here. Whether it's my company, whether it's our politicians, whether it's our country, you've got a lot of people making one set of decisions and another group of people not making any at all. And like Tom Izzo said, I don't think there's a middle here. We got to pick a direction. And I'll go along with whatever direction it is. But where are you guys with this? And Sully has the San Jose Sharks story. The NBA owners' call is tomorrow. The joint statement by all the leagues was today. The Ivy League canceling their tournament was today. I don't know. Why are some group events being canceled but not others? Every viewpoint is welcome here because I don't know what the right thing is. I'm not paralyzed in fear of this disease, but I also don't want to do something stupid that endangers other people. And realistically, I'm not exactly lining up to do things that endanger myself. What's real, what's not, I don't know. But it's bled over into the sports world. Our leagues are going to be faced with decisions here that greatly impact you as a fan. I mean, let me ask this question to you. Would it seem totally implausible to you for Major League Baseball to push back the start of the season? If you asked me that 2 weeks ago, my answer would have been that's crazy. If you ask me today, I don't think it's so crazy. 248-539-9797. We're starting with a conversation. I know it's not hee-hee-ha-ha time. But how much more has to come out for you to get nervous? Are you already? And whether it's travel plans or not, is it wrong that as an adult I'm looking for a little direction on this from allegedly smart people? Now, look, despite winter almost being done and you think, okay, we got to talk about the lawn here.